as I sat upon my favorite chair near the blinds to enjoy one of many tasteful hot teas that I love pouring slowly into a teacup of my choosing, watching the vapors come from it as the hot herbals fall to the bottom center of the glass mug with a comfortable handle. There was nothing like a nice sip of detoxing flavors hitting my entire palate before I looked over the letter I wrote, describing my journey. As I picked up the letter, while unfolding it to see my title, 3 Cages Deep, my conscience begins to read to me through my eyes as I sat calmly, while blowing the steam from the rim of my teacup's warm heart, while my mind scans the letter of my words in depth. 3 cages deep. A melanin print of me was sketched by the sensual essence of my mother and father, deciding a spiritual contract of romance, which developed results of me being held and protected in the life of light, allowing my creation within my mother's firmament of nutrients, gracefully becoming myself, slowly within the freedom within side and under my mother's diaphragm, submerged in water with a cord attached to my gut, as the tethered umbilical sends me what I need to become me. Beyond my mother's safe belly of bliss, preparing for the month of my exit from her beautiful stretch marks of peace, to only then be approached and bothered by this earthly prison of perverse leaderships that were just waiting for my innocent body to be pulled from my mother's womb, just to lock my ass up in this first cage of living in this life. I felt disdain, oppression in the young breath of my lungs, with a jerk and pull of strange latex gloves pulling me away from my true home, of my mother's stomach to be taken and filled with distrustful chemical injections to allegedly protect me from a world of handmade illnesses that didn't have to exist at all. So, is this a birth of my life, or an unearth of my strife into a correctional institution of land that is a trial of prison cages waiting to stick my melanin ass into a controlled environment with the illusion of immunity from the tyranny? With them planning on lengthening the rope a bit longer from my past ancestors and through my mother and around my neck as a baby, a young man, to an adult, an elder, and wishing for my soul after, while they hide the laughter, after getting the joy out of altering all history into lies, and hoping to glue my hands together with debt, false realities of peace, and jobs that value sheep and not the wolves that desire to lead their morals, locked into the second cage, which holds the things you love and hate within it, while fighting yourself in solitary confinement of living with the sound of others going through the same trial, of being born into a world of restraint and the appearance of having discretion. Mind stuck towards a question after question of when life is supposed to feel like happiness, other than what public figures put in the soul of what they defined it as. You find yourself gaining a subtle wholeness for many years, off and on, with an unfamiliar void within you that we all ignore within ourselves, placing many of your animosities on the million shelves of your heart, while trying not to fall apart as I grow towards the third cage of just putting all of what I've seen and tolerated in the quest of harmony around harm and being 3 cages deep. I have now found that being locked into a life ruled by false power has only made me stronger with not being held down by anything that believes it can enslave the mind of an infinite soul. I am no longer 3 cages deep, and I understand that you must have the wisdom of down before you master being up. Sincerely, the poet B.GKL. After reading my letter, I then understood that there was more to be said from the poet B.GKL. Brother GKL, that is Good King Lio'lf.